Hi class. We are at the beginning of week 7, the week before your break for reading week or engagement week, and we are still working on resumes. So just in the resume lesson, I wanted to point out that there is a nice little tutorial at OWL Purdue, and when you click this, you will get to this website. This talks about what a resume should look like and what it should include, which again, it should be in line with what our career success guide tells us in eCentennial. But the one thing that I wanted to point out is it talks about an objective statement being included in the resume. We are not including an objective statement. We are including a summary of qualifications, and we will have education and work experience. And then it talks about optional sections that you could add if you had information to put into that section. And it gives a sample resume. There's sample resumes throughout this site. And you see the objective statement here for Goliath Barnaby. It says to obtain a full-time position in the electronics industry that utilizes a background in electrical engineering. Now, the reason we are not going to put an objective statement on our resume is we are applying directly to a job ad that you are going to find and post with your resume. And when you apply directly to a job ad, of course, the employer knows what your objective is. Your objective is to get that job. And so we don't need to actually write an objective on our resume. Again, the times when you do need to put an objective on your resume would be when you're submitting your resume to an agent to find you a job in a specific field, or when you're submitting your resume to a co-op placement officer or an internship representative who's going to find you a job in something that you would like to do, and in that case you need an objective statement to tell them what you would like to do. In our case, we will again have something at the top here called skills or qualifications or summary of qualifications, and then you'll list some bullet points that will help your resume stand out and that will map to the job ad itself. But there's all sorts of links that I have put in this lesson, weeks 5 to 7, that will help you create, there you go, summary of qualifications. It will help you create a resume that will look good and help you get a job. So what needs to be included on our resume for purposes of our assignment, it says a profile headline. Now that profile headline is sometimes a sentence or paragraph right near the top. It could be some key words, and you'll see in the examples of the resumes that I reviewed last week and the samples of the resumes that are in the career guide, you'll see that they have a profile headline sometimes, and they have a summary of qualifications. They have a section for work experience, a section for education, and then of course the optional sections if you have information to go into those sections. Okay. Now, just scrolling down a little bit, one of the things I wanted to point out is in the Career Success Guide, there is a link to the Career Success Guide that talks about how to review a job advertisement. So when you're searching for a job advertisement, you want to make sure it has a list of responsibilities and or requirements that will help you build your resume. Excuse me. So if it talks about weekly reports here, you would want to say that you have done reports in the past. And so you want to make sure that on your resume you're pointing out these things, that you have these skills they're asking for. They're asking for Microsoft Office, so you'd want to have a bullet item on there about your technology skills and how you are Microsoft Office certified, or that you've used Word, PowerPoint, and whatever, you're proficient in these things. If it asks for multitasking, you want to make sure that you're commenting on multitasking. So you're going to find a job ad that you feel you're able to get that job based on your experiences and your skill set. And you're going to target the job through your resume using the words that will help you get that job, the keywords off of the resume, off of the job posting itself, such as time management skills. decision making and problem solving skills and multitasking. But let's say that you are not a multitasker and you don't think you have good problem solving skills, and maybe you're not able to manage time well. Then this might not be the job for you to apply to, because you're not able to say those things honestly. So you need to find a job ad that you can honestly say you have those skills and would be great at that job. When we build our resume, another link that's also in our lesson here is this thing, the first thing employers scan on your resume. And it says the first things they're going to read is your name, your current job and employer, the start and end dates of your current job, your previous employer and job title, the start and end dates of that job, and where you're located in the world. And this is what they look at initially. If you don't have any jobs, they'll look at your education and the start and end dates and what program you're taking. They also scan down your resume and look at bulleted items. They look at your education, quickly scanning your education, your work history and skills section, right? Make sure that everything is marked. Use plenty of white space, it says. You don't want an overcrowded resume. Okay, maybe have bolding on the job titles. And reverse chronological order means most recent event to the past event down chronologically, reverse order. So there's some good points in here through the links that are in this lesson plan. And when you get to the bottom, it'll ask you to complete the assignment, and then you're going to put the assignment into the assignment Dropbox, and you're going to put your job posting and your resume into the targeted resume assignment. And this is all due on February 21. Okay, thank you everyone. And email me if you have questions.